seriousness. "I was born illegitimately. It can be done, but it is easier for you and the child if you have a father around. I don't know what I'd do without Tor helping me." Mairi's brother was an exceptional father, and regularly walked around the castle blurry-eyed from taking turns with Ava when Hazel fussed through the night. "I think Jeff McInnes could make a fine father and husband," Ava said. "He's young, handsome, and strong." "At least he doesn't leave food in his beard," Mairi murmured, as she stood to smooth the green fabric of her full skirt where it flared out from her narrow waist. Her first husband had worn his meal half the time. "Knock, knock," called Ava's half-sister, Grace Ellington, as she walked into the room. "Shh," Ava said, indicating the sleeping babe. A look of apology collapsed Grace's smile, quickly to be replaced by a new one as she walked over to Mairi. "You look lovely," Grace whispered. "You can talk normally," Ava said. "Just don't shout. She was up most of last night again." "Maybe you need to keep her awake during the day," Grace suggested. "We could poke her," she said with a teasing smile. "Humph," Ava said. "Some godmother and auntie you are." "You know that I love little Hazel with all my heart," Grace said, bending over the cradle to inhale. She turned her face up to Ava. "And she smells delicious." She looked at Mairi. "I just love sweet baby smell." Ava walked around Mairi. "I think you are complete," she smiled broadly. "You look beautiful." "Just make sure to smile," Grace said. "A happy woman is radiant." Mairi turned to the polished glass. The dress was green with pink roses embroidered down the V-shaped stomacher to match the fresh roses in her crown. The sleeves were fitted to the elbows, where they flared out into points of fine gauze. Gold braid lined the square neckline and stomacher. The full skirts enhanced her small waist, the ribbon cinching it in the back. Her wavy hair had been left to flow freely about her shoulders. Ava had pinched her cheeks, but the blush couldn't hide the freckles that spotted across her nose. Jeff had met her before. He knew what he was getting, in temperament and in freckles. She forced her lips into a smile and leaned toward the polished glass. "Radiant? I am happy. I am happy." If she thought it enough, it would be true, right? "Ava and I need to go to the chapel," Grace said, and gave Mairi's hand a squeeze. "Ooh, your hand is bloody freezing." She rubbed it between her own hands. "Let's leave the foul talk tucked inside today, Grace," Ava said, and crossed to pick up Hazel from the cradle, snuggling her against a shoulder. The sweet girl's little mouth opened and closed as if she suckled in her dreams. "Sorry," Grace said, but didn't look repentant, bringing out a genuine smile on Mairi. "It's all the warriors around me up here in Scotland." Grace walked out with a little wave, and Ava looked back at Mairi. "Jeff's man will come retrieve you," she whispered over Hazel's tucked head. "And if we don't see you at the chapel, we'll know Tor's foolish idea was, in actuality, quite excellent." Mairi rolled her eyes. "What do you mean, not see her at the chapel?" Grace asked from the hall. The door clicked shut behind her friends, and Mairi turned to the window overlooking the courtyard below. It was summertime, but the herbs hadn't been tended, and they looked scraggly amongst the stones lining a walkway. 2 running hounds and a shorter mixed breed stood tethered to a tree. They strained at their ropes, and Mairi didn't see any water source nearby. Did Jeff know his hounds were thirsty and held captive? She frowned. The door behind her opened, and she turned. "We must first take water down to the courtyard." Her words trailed off at the sight before her. Bollocks. Jeff had sent a dark-haired, handsome giant to kiss her. Tall and broad, his shoulders and chest tapered down to a narrow waist. Legs braced as if for battle, he stood with a sword in hand, the weight making his arm bulge, the muscles straining against the linen of his tunic. His body took up the entire entryway. "May I enter?" he asked, his voice hushed and deep. "Aye, come in." He shut the door with a soft click. Mairi's heartbeat pulsed into a gallop, and she watched his dark brows slant inward over serious eyes as he searched the room. Wavy hair matched a cropped beard covering a strong jaw, and his